Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mona, aka Nail Aesthetics, and in today's video we're going to be doing a French design full set with a little ring finger design of a heart. I already did my nail prep and put the tips on, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them to the desired length. My client asked for medium square, so that's what we're doing today, and I'm using my magnets just to make sure that all of the nails are the exact same length. I'm using my 180 sanding band to blend the nail tip into the nail, just so that everything is seamless and there's no lines in the acrylic. I do notice if I don't do this, that tends to happen. So if possible, I recommend not to skip this step. I also wanted to mention the dust collector that I'm using in the video is from Susie, and you can find them on Amazon. I think they're about like $30 or so, but it's really good at collecting dust. So now at this point, you just want to go ahead and use a dehydrator to just make sure all the oils are removed from the nails. I'm using the Bondex dehydrator paired with my Valentino nail primer. So the base we're going to be using for this set today is Young Nails Cover Cherry Blossom. It's a really pretty pink nude. When you're applying acrylic, you want to make sure your main focal point is on the apex area. My preferred method is using the 2-bead method, where you would apply your first bead to the apex, which is the nail stress point, and your second bead to the cuticle area. One thing I can point out is that if you want your shape to come out crisp, try to mold the acrylic the best you can into the shape that you're trying to achieve. The better you can get this done, the better your shape will come out and the less filing you will have to do. You can see how I'm like patting the sides and just trying to keep the acrylic from leaning over and keeping the sides as straight as possible. Another important tip I would like to point out is that when you're applying acrylic, you always want to make sure your client's fingers are facing downwards. That way it makes it easier for the powder to flow down to the tip, giving you a little bit more control, and it's easier to shape and mold the nail. Now we're gonna start shaping up the nails. You should always hold your nail file straight up, especially when you're doing square. You want to make sure both sides are symmetrical. Try to keep it as straight as possible to get that nice, clean, crisp shape. Also, you want to make sure that you file underneath. That way there's no ridges, nothing that could possibly get caught on your client's clothes or hair. And it just obviously would make the shape look 10 times better. When you're filing the free edge of the nail, always turn your client's hands facing you. This is a pro tip because once I learned this, game over is all I could say. You will get the perfect shape, and it's also easier for you to see all the imperfections that your clients see, so that you can pay a lot more attention to what may need to be fixed and making sure all the nails are even and they just look nice and clean. So now I'm going to go in with a medium drill bit to seal the cuticle area. This part is very, very, very important because if you don't do this part correctly, you can get major lifting. This part can be very intimidating at first. We all have to go through it, but it is a crucial step in doing nails. You just want to take your time and focus on making sure that area is sealed. And the way that you would know that it's sealed, you'll kind of see like a separation between the natural nail plate and the acrylic. If you can see that, then you would know that your cuticle area is filled and you won't get any lifting. You also want to make sure you're paying attention to all sides of the nails and making sure that it's balanced and even, making sure there's no lumps or any imperfections in the nail. Also using the same bit to crisp up the sides, getting rid of any extra acrylic that may be there, making the shape, nice and sharp and clean. So here's another pro tip for you guys. Use a sanding band instead of a buffer to buff the nails at the end. You will thank me later. I feel like it makes your polish go on way smoother. I feel like it also helps the gel last way longer, in my opinion. You don't have to do it this way, but I highly recommend trying it this way. I feel like it just works the best for me. Here I'm going cuticle to cuticle, just double checking to make sure that everything is the same length. Now we're getting into our design, and the color that she chose was red, so we're going to be using DND Ferrari Red for the French tips. I'm not sure what size my liner brush is. If I remember, I'll definitely comment it down below. And she's also getting glitter over her heart design. So after curing our design for 60 seconds, we're going to go in with a top coat. The top coat I'm using today is the DC top coat, and we're going to put that back in the machine for another 60 seconds. So for the ring finger, she wanted a heart design, and then we're going to, without curing it, sprinkle a little bit of glitter and then putting it in the lamp for 60 seconds. After it's done curing, we're just going to dust off the excess and apply some cuticle oil. She is all set and ready to go. And that completes this video. I really hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. I'm going to list everything that I used today in the description box. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.